Bijou Lily Phillips, born April 1, 1980, is an American actress, model, socialite, and singer. The daughter of musician John Phillips and Genevieve Wate, she began her career as a model, and at 13, became one of the youngest people to ever appear on the cover of Italian Vogue. Phillips made her singing debut with I'd Rather Eat Glass 1999, and since her first major film appearance in black and white 1999, she has acted in Almost Famous 2000, Bully 2001, The Door on the Floor 2004, Hostel Part 2 2007, and Cho 2008. From 2010 to 2013, she played the recurring role of Lucy Carlisle on the television series Raising Hope. Early life. Named for the song My Petite Bijou by Lambert Hendricks Ross. Bijou means jewel in French. Phillips was born in Greenwich, Fairfield County, Connecticut, and is the daughter of John Phillips of the Mamas the Papas, and his then-wife, Genevieve Wate, a South African model, artist, and actress. She is the youngest of Phillips's children. She has one brother, Tamerlane, and three half-siblings, Mackenzie, Jeffrey, and China. After her parents split up, both were found unfit to have custody of Bijou, and she was placed in foster care with a family in Bolton Landing, New York. She lived there on and off, making extended visits with her parents, who had both acquired houses in the area. Her father won custody when she was in 3rd grade, and she moved with him to Lloyd Harbor, a village of the town of Huntington, Long Island. At 14, Phillips quit school and moved into her own apartment with a housekeeper, just off 5th Avenue. Once described by The Guardian as a wild child, she experienced a rebellious childhood in NYC, where she used to party, drink, and take drugs, such as cocaine, ecstasy, and even heroin. On this period of her life, she remarked, if you were 14 years old and able to live on your own in an apartment in New York City, and you got invited to all these clubs, and you got a bank account and you had a car service you could call so that you could go wherever you wanted, what would happen? At 15, she reportedly lost her virginity to singer Evan Dando. Growing up, she became somewhat of a local tabloid's fixture due to her late-night persona in association with other socialites like the Hilton sisters. At 17, following the death of her friend, the 20-year-old Manhattan socialite Davide Sorrenti, due to overdosing on heroin, her father sent her into rehab, a process he was familiar with. Career. Beginnings 1994-1999. Phillips was on the cover of Interview magazine when she was 13, and shortly thereafter became the youngest model to ever appear on the cover of Vogue's Italian edition. Phillips also became an image model for Calvin Klein and appeared in several advertising campaigns in which adolescents showed white underwear. The campaigns were widely condemned as eerily pedophilic. She has expressed her distaste for the modeling world, and once stated in an interview, it was like, I wanted to go swimming in the ocean, but I was jumping up and down in a puddle. After signing a record deal at 17, Phillips began working on her debut album I'd Rather Eat Glass, produced by Jerry Harrison. It was released on May 11, 1999 by Almo Sounds, and remains her only full-length music release to date. The album's title refers to her past as a fashion model, saying she would rather eat glass than go back to modeling. Phillips collaborated with a number of artists when writing songs for the album, including Eric Bazillion, Greg Wells, Dave Bassett, Howard Jones, and Jill Caniff. Upon its release, I'd Rather Eat Glass received mixed reviews from music critics, mostly criticizing the work for being immature, but her musical style has been positively compared to Natalie Imbruglia or Kay Hanley of Letters to Cleo. Phillips made her film debut in a brief role of the independent drama Sugartown 1999. Her first major film role came the same year, as an Upper East Side girl trying to fit in with the black hip-hop crowd, in James Chubak's drama Black and White, opposite Robert Downey Jr., Jared Leto, Brooke Shields, and Elijah Wood. The film received mixed reviews and found a limited audience in theaters, but AllMovie remarked the film starts off strong with a provocative performance by newcomer Bijou Phillips as the most unapologetic seeker of approval from her hip-hop-loving friends. Phillips eventually fades into the background, and the film becomes hampered by Chubak's insistence upon grafting a standard crime drama plot. Acting breakthrough 2000-2005. Phillips appeared with Kate Hudson in Cameron Crowe's semi-biographical musical drama Almost Famous 2000, as a 1970s groupie who can read auras. The film was a success and received 4 Academy Awards nominations. 2001 saw Phillips star in 2 independent coming-of-age films. In Chart, opposite Dominique Swain and Melanie Griffith, She played the longtime friend of a young woman at a preparatory school in 1980's New York City. Pop Matters found Phillips to be one of the only intriguing actors in the film, thanks to yet another fearless performance. In Bully, based on the 1993 murder of Bobby Kent, she took on the role of one in a group of several young adults in South Florida who enact a murder plot against a mutual friend who has emotionally, physically, and sexually abused them for years. The film had a mixed critical response, but famed critic Roger Ebert was one of its notable admirers and gave it 4 out of 4 stars. Her performance in the film led The Hollywood Reporter to name her one of 2002's Shooting Stars of Tomorrow. In 2003, Phillips starred as a member of a bizarre cult of young criminals, alongside Misha Barton, in the thriller Octane, which premiered at the Cannes Film Festival. In 2004, she played the nanny of an author's young daughter, with Jeff Bridges and Kim Basinger, in The Door in the Floor 2004, a drama with heavy sexual themes adapted from the novel A Widow for 1 Year by John Irving. Phillips starred with Anne Hathaway in the drama Havoc 2005 as a spoiled socialite, appearing nude in some of its scenes. View London wrote that the supporting cast are superb, particularly Bijou Phillips as the trashy best friend, while Variety asserted as played by Hathaway and Phillips, the friendship between their characters rings girlish and true, and comes complete with tantalizing, lesbian-flavored moments. Havoc was not released in theaters in the United States due to unfavorable critical reception. She appeared as an ill-fated high school senior in the slasher film Venom also 2005, produced by Kevin Williamson. Horror Films 2006-2009. In 2007, Phillips starred in the independent horror film The Wizard of Gore, as the girlfriend of a Magic magazine's publisher, and collaborated with actress Lauren German in 3 films, the first being The Little Scene Dramedy Spin, about 7 people at a popular Los Angeles nightclub. In Hostel Part 2, which served as a sequel to Hostel 2005, Phillips starred as one of 3 American female art students in Rome who are directed to a Slovak village where they are kidnapped and taken to a facility in which rich clients pay to torture and kill people. She claimed that her torture sequence, which entails her being scalped by a power saw, required around 45 setups. "I don't think I could do something like this again," she stated in a 2007 interview. "I'm glad that I had the experience, and I love my job, but we went into places that I didn't know existed, and I don't need to do that again." Banned from theatrical release in several countries, Hostel Part 2 was released theatrically in the United States, to lackluster box office returns. The biographical film What We Do Is Secret featured Phillips as Lorna Doom, the Germs bassist and a close friend of singer Darby Crash. Director Roger Grossman cast Phillips when she was 17 years old, and she stayed committed to the project for the entire time it took to bring the film into production, which was almost 1 decade. She received critical acclaim for her portrayal. Phil Gallo for Variety found her performance to be striking and stated that her character lights up in a unique way whenever she's in Crash's company or simply talking about him. In 2008, Phillips appeared in the documentary Chelsea on the Rocks, about the Hotel Chelsea, directed by Abel Ferrara, and starred as a milkmaid, opposite Sam Rockwell and Angelica Houston, in the well-received black comedy Choke, based on the Chuck Palahniuk's novel of the same name. In Dark Streets, her last 2008 film, Phillips played a love interest and the alluring star singer of a club in 1930s New York City. In 2009, Phillips had starring roles in 4 independent feature films, 3 of which were opposite Danny Masterson. Her first release in the year was the romantic comedy Wake, in which she played an emotionally isolated, modern woman who meets a man mourning his fiancée at a funeral. The horror film It's Alive, a remake of the 1974 film of the same name written and directed by Larry Cohen, saw Phillips star as a mother who has a murderous baby. Dread Central, in its review for the film, noted Bijou Phillips is undoubtedly the star here, jumping into her role in what is admittedly just a piece of schlock cinema with great aplomb. In the comedy Made for Each Other, Phillips would reunite with Lauren German and also play a woman whose husband decides the only way to morally rectify his cheating is to get his wife to cheat on him. Her last 2009 film was the crime drama The Bridge to Nowhere, portraying a sex worker. Television in hiatus 2010s. In Fox's sitcom Raising Hope 2010-2014, Phillips obtained the role of the title character's biological mother, and a serial killer sentenced to death. Until its finale, she appeared in a total of 7 episodes of the series. In 2010 and 2012, she guest starred in episodes of the police procedural television series Hawaii 5-0 and Law Order Special Victims Unit, respectively, and in 2011, she appeared in the video for Broken Social Scene's song Sweetest Kill. Phillips has not acted since her last appearance in Raising Hope, opting to focus on her family and health. Personal life. In 2004, Phillips began dating the '70s show actor Danny Masterson. The couple met at a poker tournament in Las Vegas. They are both Scientologists. The couple announced their engagement in March 2009. They were married on October 18, 2011, in a private castle in Ireland. On February 14, 2014, Phillips gave birth to their daughter, Fianna Frances Masterson. Phillips has starred with Masterson in several films and in a 2011 episode of Fox's Raising Hope. On February 17, 2017, Masterson revealed that Phillips had been suffering from kidney disease for 5 years. Citation needed. She was born with small kidneys and had been battling the disease by living a stress-free life, eating a vegan diet, and getting dialysis. She suffered from a blood infection and was in need of a transplant. On April 7, 2017, she received a kidney transplant. Citation needed. Allegations. In November 2017, actor Daniel Franzese alleged that Phillips had ridiculed him about his sexuality and weight, as well as physically assaulted him, on the set of Bully. Phillips subsequently apologized for her behavior. That same month, actress Heather Matarazzo claimed that Phillips had held her against a wall and choked her shortly before filming for Hostel Part 2 began. Discography. When I Hated Him Don't Tell Me single 1999. Hawaii promo single 1999. I'd Rather Eat Glass 1999.